Hi people, going away from back here again as always and as usual. Yeah, as you can tell, I am going to do a book review this time. It's been a good while since I've done those, and this is going to be by the author Aaron Leach, a book that was published in 2005, Secrets of the Magickal Grimoires, the classical texts of Magick Deciphered. The author is no newcomer or unknown individual, to say the least, to the mainstream occult scene, or on the mainstream occult scene. So most people are familiar with Aaron Leach that have an interest in the occult. Obviously, they're familiar with him. As for this book, I'm going to keep it as short as possible. Okay, short, strong, and straight to the point. Now, I went through this book. I own it. I bought it on Kindle, and I went over it. I read it, and absorbed all the information in it and whatnot. Now, this book is coming from me, obviously, the strongest magician in the world. It says a lot, to say the least. This book, in summary or summarized, is an explanation, in essence, on how old classical grimoires, so the ones that date back to medieval times and before that even, so throughout time, how they essentially were compiled, their, so to speak, roots, and the conditions and circumstances under which they were quote-unquote conceived, as well as the people that wrote them or transferred information through deliveries throughout the ages, by rewriting them, for example, or making additions, editing things here and there and whatnot, you name it, or making adjustments, whatever, what have you. Yeah, that's essentially what the book goes over. And then the most well-known grimoires, the majority of which, or all of which all or the majority of which I have covered on my website and or YouTube channel, are mentioned, like the Lesser Key of Solomon, Book 1, the Goetia, the Theurgia Goetia, the Ars Paulina. It just goes on. This book covers all of that. So if you're interested in all of that information, the aforementioned information that I mentioned, you're interested in exactly how these grimoires came about, what the backstory is on these grimoires, and what they are in essence, if you're unfamiliar with them, then I would say go ahead, give this book a read. Now, what this book isn't, and what the reader or potential reader and or potential reader should not rely on, is that this book is going to explain to you or tell you how to practice any kind of magic. So not just classical grimoire magic, but any kind of magic in a cookbook recipe format. So if you're someone, you're looking to practice magic, as in, hey, how do I practice magic? I just want someone to lay it out for me, like the who, the where, the what, the why, and the how. How do I do things? When do I do things? To what extent do I need to do them? Why am I doing them? No, that's not what this book is about. This book is just, like I said, about the aforementioned. But I would not recommend you buying this book. I would recommend you buy this book overall if you're a lover of books, you're an armchair occultist or magician or similar, and you simply like reading this kind of content, then yeah, go ahead. The information in it is informative. It's just that, informative. It's quite useful, as in, hey, good to know, interesting. But do not expect this book to turn you from a neophyte or an absolute amateur or outright someone that doesn't know anything about magic or only knows things in theory into a fully practicing, fully fledged magician. No. The information in it will definitely help to make you gain a better understanding of things, but it will absolutely not teach you everything, the likes of which I described, as in, okay, how do I do this, what do I do, why, no, none of that. If you are by happenstance or similar interested in all of that, I have, you can also, again, check the links in the description of this video, other than the link to where you can buy the book on Amazon. You'll also find my article, Magic for Beginners, very helpful if it's the first time that you've come across me, viewer, and also a link to my e-courses. They are just that, e-courses. They're digital courses in which I, in writing and video, more video than writing, primarily video, just explain to you exactly how to practice magic, regardless of what kind of magic you want to practice. So yeah, that's it. Bye bye.